Hello everybody. I want to go through the steps on how to do your spirit photo, which is really just working with layers in Photoshop and adjusting those layers. So let me show you where we start. I'm using Pixlr.com and we're going to start with opening the advanced editor. And what we start with is we're going to work with two images. I'm going to start with the image that I want to be my background image or my main image. For the spirit photo, this is going to be your normal picture, the picture that the ghost will appear on top of, if that makes sense. So let me open my picture I'm going to start with. I'm going to choose one that's a little bit scary already. To start with, this is a cemetery. So it's a good one to start with. So this is a picture of a cemetery. If you want to, you can adjust the image originally to start with. If you want to play with it, do any filters or any kind of editing. This is just the basic image. I might want to come in, do a little bit of adjustment to the color, maybe bring it up just a little bit. You might want to make it black and white. That's an option you might want to use, or enhance the contrast. Let me try that too. Maybe just up it a little bit scarier. That way it kind of looks like a colder day if you up the contrast. So here's my basic image all set for scary ghost. I'm going to open up my second image, is where my ghost is going to be. I'm choosing a picture. It's got a lot going on in it. I'll open it and show you, but I decided I want to add in this little girl right here, who's really not that scary, but she might be as a ghost. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my image where the ghost is, and I'm going to choose the part that I want to copy. So I'm going to use my selection tool. I'm going to go copy just her. I don't really need everything, just her. So then I select the area I'm going to copy. You might be copying the whole picture, but usually it's just the little part you want to be the ghost. And I'm going to go to Edit. I'm going to copy. So I've copied just this part of the picture, not the whole thing. So I'm really done with this background image. I can just close it. I don't want to save any of my changes. So I'm done with that. I don't need it anymore, but I'm going to go to Edit on my cemetery, my background, and I'm going to paste in the part that I copied. So there she is. You see her right there? She's tiny and she's in the wrong spot. So there's two things I want to do. I want to move her first, so I go over to the Move tool, which is this one. I'm going to move her over here. I think she'll be scary right about here. You can kind of see her. Let's put her there. And she's too small, I think, and she'll be difficult to erase around. So I'm going to go to my Edit. I'm going to go to Free Transform. Free Transform is going to let me change the size where she's at. So let's make her a little bit bigger, right about there. Maybe a little bit more. I think that's good. Okay, and yes, I want to apply that change. So now she's bigger and she's in the right spot. But my other problem I have is that she's not that scary with all this stuff around her. It looks like I cut her out of a magazine and pasted her in, which is basically what I did. So since I don't want that, I'm going to use my eraser tool, and I'm going to erase what's around her. So I'll click on the eraser tool, and I can't see very well. Maybe you can, but my eyes are old, so I can't see very well, so I'm zooming in. I'm going to zoom in one more time, just to make it easier to see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my eraser tool. My eraser tool has options up here of opacity. If I want it to be a little softer on the edges, I might lower that down a little bit. And my brushes, I can click where it says brushes and choose different size brushes. I'm going to choose this one. I like the soft edge brushes because it gives a little bit of softer effect. It's not a real hard line when you erase. Okay, so here I go. I can erase around her. If you want to, you can change the size of it. If you want to be real perfect when you get up close to her, you can do something called the Magic Wand tool, which is over here. It's a selection tool, and when I use that, what it should do is select everything around her that's close to her dress. And if you want to get real perfect when you're erasing something, you can use that tool, and that way I can go right up next to her and erase right up next to her dress without having to see. I can be kind of sloppy and not worry about it. But for this project, if you want to unselect deselect, and it gets rid of that selection part. For this project, I can be a little bit sloppy with my erasing because she's a ghost, so you're not going to see her perfect anyways. So I'm going to go around all of the edges and erase. If you make a mistake, remember just go to Edit, Undo in your Edit menu. See, when I erase, it shows the underneath picture under her. That's what's showing through, and I can get rid of the people around her. And just show her. Okay, now I just see the cemetery and my ghost. Okay, pretty scary, but I'm going to make it a little bit more scary. And remember, she's a separate layer. She's over here in her separate layer. She's on top of the background. So if I want to, I can still move her around. Maybe I want to move her here or there. Oh, I can see some parts I haven't erased also. So you can always come back in and fix that. Grab the eraser. There's little pieces here and there that I didn't see. All right, my last step is I'm going to make her even a little bit scarier. I'm going to click on this corner of my layers menu. It's the toggle layer settings, which is going to uncover some of my settings that I have underneath. I can change the different mode of that layer on top if I want. I can choose, it kind of changes the look of it. Or if I just leave it normal, the easiest way to create this ghost-like image is just to lower my opacity. You can see how she starts to become see-through and ghost-like the lower I go. I might want to go right in here. You don't want to go too far where you can't see her. Right in here somewhere. Like that. That's pretty scary ghost. So you are done. You can choose to work with the image and make it maybe black and white. Maybe that would look better. If I go to desaturate, that turns it black and white. Or maybe I wanted it how it was. When I'm completely done, I go to File, and then I go to Save, and I'm going to title this. I'm going to title this image Ghost Image, and I'm going to turn it into the Dropbox when I'm done.